Hey, salute to everybody that's going to join me today. And I saw this clip that was on Reva TV. Salute to Reva TV. I'll put the link in the chat in the description. But it begs to ask the question: are single men winning today with social media the way it is, with all the distractions in relationship today? Are single men the ones that are winning today? I'm not talking about some guy who's in his basement eating bags of Cheetos, incel, um, poorly developed individual living out of his basement, loser type mentality. I'm talking about the good, honorable, hardworking, average, honest, blue collar, white collar, whatever man that happens to be a bachelor now in 2025. Considering how society has changed, how relationships have changed, how women have changed, how men have changed. Are the single guys winning right now? And like I said, let me play this clip so we get right into it. Uh, Here we go.
You just want to keep going instead of just saying, okay, babe.
I'm never going to say okay, babe.
I know, it's one of your problems.
Man, I love my wife. She can't talk to me like this.
Riva TV. What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So I actually saw this video when I was scrolling through the wonderful world of TikTok, and I decided to bring it to you guys. I did not watch this video at all, period. So I have no idea what this video actually consists of. All I saw was the title on the screen, and I decided that it might be something that could be interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause, play, then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation.
Before we can play it, let me put the link to her channel. Make sure I show my respect to the content creator. Sorry, guys, I'm just a quick pause so I can put her channel link in there. Paste. Using somebody's content, you got to give them some respect. Let me see, Riva, RIVAH TV. There we go. It's in the chat. Hey, salute to everybody, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Riva TV is where the content's coming from. Yeah, please hit the like button, guys. Let's move the content. Likes are free. And if you want to support the channel, you can. Please hit the like button on your way in. Also, salute to everybody that's joining me. Let's continue on with the content.
Wait, start over, because they were walking
Don't
like
worry about that. We're starting from down there.
Oh, we're starting from down there.
Yeah.
I'm walking towards her?
Walk past. It's natural.
No, we were side by side.
Yeah,
calm down. All I said was she was side by side. We were side by side.
I said I'm not worried about people walking.
Okay, I am. I don't want to walk side by side with somebody.
Hey, you're on vacation. It's not going to be an empty beach.
Why can't you just say, okay, babe?
Oh, no. You were doing that yesterday. You get mad at people walking.
I was not getting mad. You just want to keep going instead of just saying, okay, babe.
I'm never going to say okay, babe.
I know, it's one of your problems. Just say okay.
No, it's not one of my problems. That's why we're still together, because you think you just want to rule shit.
What am I ruling?
Whoa. Whoa.
So what this is it's called the death of 1,000 needle pokes. What she's doing is emasculating him and really knocking at the foundation of his manhood, his masculinity, and his agency and his self-esteem. So she wants to transform him into basically her slave, her worshiper, her obedient servant. And then only way he still got some fight left in him. I don't know how long they've been married, but this is the type of situation. And I've said it before on my channel. A male lion cannot tame the hyena. So she comes in that dominant type masculine energy, one of those types of women that was not raised to be a wife, but she is raised to have servants. And it's an erosion of self-esteem. And if he doesn't get rid of her, he's going to be a shadow of his former self in no time, because it's not just her. Her mentality is formed by the women who brought her up, the women that are around her, the cultural element of the society. And in that particular group of women, because they all hang together, they probably have a whole bunch of simp boyfriends and simp husbands that worship the ground they walk on. And she's going to try to mold him, break him into that um, type of mindset. Either that, or this is just what she is, a combative woman. And this is what happens. Some guys get in these relationships with these women, and or they raised in an environment where women are at odds with men, and they grew up around this stuff, and they think that this is normal for women to be just challenging men's manhood, eroding their, emasculating them like that, challenging them, trying to break them down, because they see it all the time growing up. A lot of the brothers grew up in these types of environment. They think that this is normal behavior from women. You can't tame some of these women with these mentalities, but it's absolutely disturbing to see it and watch it. But there's a guy that's married dealing with this nonsense. Listen to the disrespectful tone in her voice. Look at that big arm tattoo right there. That big masculine arm tattoo she has on her arm. Hold on a second. There we go. Spin on my engine. And this is what I talk about on this channel about men understanding their dating and relationship DNA. Here you have a soft-spoken, patient man, and you have a masculine type, A-type personality woman. And you see that big ass tattoo on her arm leg right there? That's pure masculine energy. She's giving it, she's exuding it. She has a, halfway decent body. And, she's very dominant of a woman. I don't know, again, what's going on, brother KL? Salute, man. Salute to you, my brother. And guys don't understand. A woman like this is not going to submit to your leadership. This is a dominant alpha hyena species female. No matter how masculine you are. So because you're trying to assume leadership over something that was not raised to be under the leadership of the male line, she's going to constantly attack your self-esteem. That's her weapon. Because she's not designed to be, now, if she's in an alphabet relationship, maybe them two can go and battle their egos or whatever. But these dudes get married to these women and whatever else because culturally, black men, especially in the black community, have been cultured to accept hyper masculine, aggressive type women as normal behavior. And that's why you see a lot of the brothers die early. They died in their 50s or 60, just dropped dead, like Uncle so-and-so just crapped out. His heart just stopped, stroked out or whatever else, because they've been dealing with these types of women for years. And you can't change them. All you can do is just leave them alone, because she's going to keep coming. Dating relationship DNA is important. I use the word DNA because we talk about to the molecular level of compatibility. Whereas if you're dealing with a certain type of woman, you're going to get the certain type of outcome no matter how good of a man you are. So all these dating and relationship coaches, most of them be talking foolishness. Your selection and your choices matter. You see a brother that talks like me, I don't use any N-bombs, or I don't talk hood or pookie-ish or whatever else. What the hell would I be dating a woman like that with big ass arm tattoos for? You see a brother like me. Have you ever heard me use the N-word on this channel? If I have degrees all over the place and certificates and achievements all over the place. What the hell would I be doing dating some woman with some big ass arm tattoo? You're going to have problems. She's not going to listen to you. She was cultured not to listen to you. She was cultured to dominate you. Or in a way, like I said, and this is how it erodes. What's going on, Pookie? What's going on? Pookie Ray Show. Salute to you, man. Like these alpha dominant females, like you're asking for pain. I still don't know why the brothers think that they have to date these types of women. I have no idea. He married her. Every day in this man's life is probably a civil war because she's battling for power. Your relationship is a power struggle. A male lion shouldn't be marrying or getting a relationship with hyena. It's a power struggle. That's what it is. She sees you as an enemy, an oppressor. And that's the fundamental problem with the foundation of these types of relationships. And you hear it. You hear it in her voice. She wants to dominate him.
So I actually saw this video when I was scrolling through the wonderful world of TikTok, and I decided to bring it to you guys. I did not watch this video at all, period. So I have no idea what this video actually consists of. All I saw was the title on the screen, and I decided that it might be something that could be interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause, play, then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation.
Wait, start over because they were walking.
Don't worry about that. We're starting from down there.
Oh, we're starting from down there.
Yeah.
I'm walking towards her.
Walk past. It's natural.
No, we were side by side.
Yeah,
calm down. All I said was she was side by side. We were side by side.
I said I'm not worried about people walking.
Okay, I am. I don't want to walk side by side with somebody.
Babe, you're on vacation. It's not gonna be an empty beach.
Why can't you just say okay, babe?
Oh no. You were doing that yesterday. You get mad at the people who walk.
I was not getting mad. You just want to keep going instead of just saying okay, babe.
I'm never gonna say okay, babe.
I know it's one of your problems. Just say okay.
No, it's not one of my problems. That's why we're still together because you think you just want to rule shit.
What am I ruling?
Whoa. Before this person says whatever they're going to say, let me just say this. First of all, this is something that a lot of women do. They get into these relationships and somehow then decide that they are the man in the relationship. They are the leader in the relationship. They are the end all be all. And that he just needs to bow down to them. And what a lot of these women don't understand is that when you act like this, what you are saying with your energy, with your language, with your demeanor, is that you actually want a woman. That's what you want. You want to be the stronger vessel, and you want your man to take the seat and be the weaker vessel. Not only are you disrespecting him, but you are emasculating him, you're minimizing him, and you are talking to him even less than you would talk to a child. You're literally talking to him like you talk to your dog. Why would this grown man have to just say, okay, babe, and listen to whatever it is that you have to say? Who are you in this situation? And for a man who is, taking that kind of reasoning and not setting the pace of how it should be and how she should be communicating to him, you are creating a monster. Because if that's what she's doing now, it's only going to get worse.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of women are in situations, and what they do is they press you and see how far you will allow them to go. And then they will always push that needle further. Hence why it needs to be nipped in the bud from the beginning.
Bro, I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. Never in my life have I had that much patience with a woman. I have that much patience with my daughters. I don't even have that much patience with my son. I'll tell you real quick. Oh, John's son is very well behaved. No one has ever had a problem out of Jonathan's son. Now my daughter is a different story. I have a world of patience for my daughter.
See, and that's actually the thing that I disagree with, because a lot of the women who grow up and act like that, it's because their fathers had so much patience with them, and so they believe that when they get into a relationship, that a man is going to have the same said patience. It happens from young.
Anyone else in the world, how much can you love somebody? Man, I love my wife. She can't talk to me like this.
That is a normal occurrence in that man's life. He's so calm. Oh my God, it's like the projector.
Shit, you know what, man? I get to a point with my daughters. I'd be like, hey, shut up. You talking back too much. I giving you chance after chance after chance. Shut your mouth. Nobody else.
As you should, sir. As you should. As you should, because you are setting the precedence on how she is going to relate and respect men through the entirety of her life, as well as how she's going to respect her spouse. There is nothing more distasteful and a turnoff more than a woman who doesn't know her place. I gotta say it. It's off-putting. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's like even other women don't want to be around a woman who doesn't know her place. There's nothing cute about it. There's nothing domineering about it. And these women walk around like, oh yeah, I'm an alpha female, and I'm the alpha woman, and can't nobody tell me nothing. Yeah, and that's why you need to be by yourself. Because you don't know your place. You're always crossing other boundaries. You think that you are the man. You think that you're this macho man, and that any man that comes around, that you have, your balls are bigger than his. It's not cute. It's really not. And the number one thing that men require in relationships, not want, not would like, require, need for a relationship to thrive, is respect. And as a woman, if you disrespect your man, especially to a certain degree, I can guarantee he's going to get you back somehow. Somehow.
Well, you just get a low performing man. If you're married to a man and you're not respecting him, he's going to do the minimum. The minimum. But that brings me to the other content. I saw this video by this brother out of Philly, I believe. Let me get away from this crazy crap. I saw this video. Salute to the brother. Gotta make sure I give credit where credit is due. One deep 215. Let me put this link in the description. Make sure you guys have subscribed to this brother's channel. He's been making some good content. I always like to acknowledge the brothers, even if they have, he's getting good views. One deep 215. Let me make sure I give him his respect. Obviously, he's a Philadelphia brother. The 215 area code, that's Philly. Salute to this brother. One deep 215. Guys, make sure you check out, subscribe to his channel. Good brother. But I saw this video, and he was and it begs the question: in the current environment, are single men winning in the current environment? Obviously, he's a working brother. Maybe he stopped in briefly to make this video, but it's a good content. Let's continue on.
Yo, it's your boy 1D 215 back with another video. Today we going to talk about these dudes out here, right? Because it's something going around like, who's winning? Is the married men winning? Is the men in relationships, just regular everyday relationships, winning? Or is the single men, are they the big winners in all this? Well, if I had to keep it real, I believe single men are winning right now. And here's why. Single men are winning just because of the peace aspect on its own. The peace that single men are getting right now trumps any other thing that I might regurgitate in this video, believe it or not. We all know as men, peace is a thing. People shun it. Women shun it. Women, laugh upon it. But it's a thing to us real men. If you know, you know. So in these times that we living in now, peace is like the goal, because this world is so hard as it is, whether it's financially, whether it's just dealing with difficult things that you got to deal with, being a regular, everyday, common man.
And salute to the brother for this video again. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. You want to support the channel, please do. I want to stop sharing this stat for a second. I'm going to get right back to that video, because what happens inevitably, we have some of these brothers that come in here, they like to disrespect men, call men all kinds of names, like single men out here, a bunch of losers and whatever else, and call them incels and whatever else. And I want to break to this clip right here, and we talk about people that have real life experience and marriage and relationships. Understand, like, there's brothers that are working hard every day, getting certain experiences in life. Let me go ahead and play this clip real quick.
She doesn't want to have sex with you. It's not that your wife doesn't want to have sex. It's that she doesn't want to have sex with you. Hearing mommy all day, cooking the meals, cleaning up, crumbs, making your food, making sure that it's not that your wife doesn't.
I want to play this clip really, because I want to address the men who be calling men, because men are single, they call them incels. And it's like people that say people are lonely when they're single. Lonely is about how one you feel about yourself and how people around you make you feel. Because there's married dudes that are not getting any box, and it's just the way it is. Let's continue on.
It's not that your wife doesn't want to have sex. It's that she doesn't want to have sex with you. Hearing mommy all day, cooking the meals, cleaning up, crumbs, making your food, making sure the dentist appointments get made and your doctor's appointment. At the end of the day, she does dinner, bath time, bedtime. And then you keep walking behind her, slapping her ass. And then, she finally is doom scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, disassociating, and you put your little nub against her ass and ask if she wants to get down. No, I don't. Just be an active parent. Anticipate her needs. See her as a woman, not just as your wife, not just as the mother of your children, as a woman. Treat her as such. And then, yeah, sex sounds like a good idea. But until then, there's some lotion in the cabinet. I'll see you in the morning. If you want me to be a freak, you put those babies in the sheets. If you want some head, put the babies to bed. And that's just free advice from me to you. Have a good day.
Now, gentlemen, I always tell you, all intimacy is transactional.
So imagine you working hard every day, busting your ass, paying bills, to come home to that. Hey, salute to my brother, the Pookie Ray, he said the women are lonely, masculine men aren't lonely, because we realize we come into the world alone and we're going to leave alone. Peace of mind is priority. Salute to you, my brother. I definitely support that. And my brother, as always, Dan the man from Bangkok, Thailand. Hell yeah, we are winning. So people assume that because you're in a relationship, you're getting like, sometimes dudes in a relationship are getting less, because what happens is you're paying the cost. This dude who's in this relationship is paying the full cost to be in that relationship: provider, protector, loyalty, dedication. And this woman is going to the internet, disrespect, just purely she doesn't care about his sacrifice. She's out here disrespecting the hell. Look at her. She says this with such confidence. Look at her. Just shaming that man. Listen to this.
It's not that your wife doesn't want to have sex. It's that she doesn't want to have sex with you. Hearing mommy all day, cooking the meals, cleaning up, crumbs, making your food, making sure the dentist appointments get made and your doctor's.
So what I'm trying to say, and this is for those guys that talk about putting the woman in the position to be her most feminine, the type of crap that these feminists try to play on the men. When the women say, put a woman in a position to be her most feminine, be a provider, pay all the bills. Now what happens is she moves the goalposts. This is called a goalpost moving situation. The guy is doing everything he's supposed to do. Now she's going to move the goalposts and add this extra bullshit to the situation, right? This is what happens when you get into these relationships with these covert feminists or feminist women talking about traditions from the 1950s when they're hardcore feminists, is they do this bullshit, move the goalposts, and dudes get caught up in it.
At the end of the day, she does dinner, bath time, bedtime. And then you keep walking behind her, slapping her ass. And then, you know, she finally is doom scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, disassociating, and you put your little nub against her ass and ask if she wants to get down. No, I don't. Just be an active parent. Anticipate her needs. See her as a woman, not just as your wife, not just as the mother of your children, as a woman. Treat her as such. And then, yeah, sex sounds like a good idea. But until then, there's some lotion in the cabinet. I'll see you in the morning. If you want me to be a freak, you put those babies in the sheets. If you want some head, put the babies to bed. And that's just free advice from me to you. Have a good day.
Bump that. This is what happens when you have the insurance of the government in the relationship, the disrespectful woman. See, she has to kick rocks. That's bullshit right there. You talk about transactional. That is hella transactional.
Now, gentlemen, I always tell you, all intimacy is transactional. All men pay. Whether you're married or not, it doesn't matter. That's a form of it. And this woman is now emotionally divorced from this man. She only wants intimacy on her terms. A lot of men are in sexist marriages due to women looking at their sex as transactional. Once she's gotten everything she's gotten out of you, she sees no need to do it unless there's a benefit. Good luck out there, gentlemen. Sorry for the men who are stuck in sexist marriages, but that's your fault. All men pay.
Salute to CGA for that clip. Guys, let's get the like button going, okay? 22 people in the house, only 11 likes. Let's get the likes going, guys. Likes are free. You know, get the likes up. We have to go to subscriber only mode if necessary, but hit the like button, guys. Likes are free. Only 11 likes, 22 in the house before the show continues. We're going to get back to the brother and the content from the brother. And again, men with experience understand this type of bullshit. Like, I'm a dude who's been married. I have grown adult kids. I've dealt with multiple relationships. I understand how women think. They think that we're a bunch of losers. Yeah, I'm a 50-year-old retired guy. Yeah, I'm losing, all right. Chilling here talking trash on the internet in the early morning. Congratulations. Right. And I'm like, and this morning I got up, I'm like, you know what? Oh, damn, I'm late for the gym. Then I realized I can go to the gym anytime I want. I'm like, what am I rushing to the gym for? Let me go do a live stream. I'm retired and I'm 50. So, and I'm a single guy. So, you know, this idea that we're out here living these miserable lives, you know, they can kick rocks. And that's why I tell the young men, invest for residual income assets. Right now, instead of focusing on these women, buy the assets that gives you long-term freedom. Learn the stuff about women and female nature. Invest for financial freedom. I was able to retire at 46. I'm 50 years old right now. I already have my kids. I already been married. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting dwelling in any basement worried about women. You know, I'm a guy that's reasonably okay. I'm comfortable. So it's no stress on my life. I already have my legacy established in life. But knowing now with what I know now as a 50-year-old man, you know, in the current environment with social media, all the distractions, women not raised to be wives, Women not raised to be under the leadership of men. And this is an example of a woman that wants to be married as an insurance policy. Basically, they use marriage as a shield so that you can't get rid of them if they're disrespectful. So they'll use the state to shield them and protect them when they become disrespectful, because you can't just get rid of them without going through the legal loopholes, losing your crap, right? And then they become disrespectful like this, but that guy still has to perform. And you see the guy start gaining weight. His eyes, the bags start getting in his eyes. He starts getting worn down. You look at the guy, he starts getting worn down. Like, I'm a 50-year-old guy. And most 50-year-old guys like me, I'll go from here now. I'll go to the gym. I'll get on the treadmill and I'll cruise through 5 miles easily. Guys my age, 50, look like they worn down. These broads are stressing them out. Only thing I'm thinking about right now is, am I going to run 2 miles today or 5 miles? More than likely, I'll do 2 miles. And, what I'm going to eat today. When I'm going to fast, I have my coffee ready. When I'm going to fast until 12 o'clock midday, because I do intermittent fasting. And what my schedule is going to be for the rest of the week. It was a beautiful holiday weekend. Because when you're in a situation, you can get company when you want. You can associate with people as you choose. And then those people at 50, if it doesn't put a smile on my face, it can kick rocks. When you get older, you have your tolerance for bullshit goes down exponentially. Like, you don't tolerate like what I would tolerate in my 20s and my 30s, like literally, and you have low tolerance for people that are full of shit. The moment they say some crazy shit out the mouth, you just look at them like this and you just walk away, because your tolerance goes down, and you have an appreciation for genuine people that are genuinely themselves. But let's continue on to my brother in the video content. Guys, hit the like button, support the channel. You can support the channel with Cash App. You can support the channel with a super chat, anything. Keep independent content going. And we're going to continue to let my brother cook. And I want to put all the evidence and the facts on the table. Again, I'm not advocating single life or married life or anything. What I'm advocating is peace and happiness. If you're married and with a relationship and you're happy and peaceful, great. If you're single and you're happy and peaceful, great. I am a pro peace and happiness, anti-torture type guy. I'm just anti-torture. And I have more of a libertarian mindset. So I'm that's why I go in hard against people policing men, policing men's genitals. I go in hard on that. Like, yo, leave them dudes alone. What are you? You're the D police? That's a grown ass man. I don't care when you crash out and whatever. Leave them dudes alone. But let's continue on. So let's get rid of that narrative that men that are single or men that are in relationships are winning or losing, and men in relationships are winning and men are single are losing. Because trust me, it feels good every month to get all of your direct deposits in your account, and you have 100% control of all the money that you make every month. That is a very, very, very pleasurable experience. I'll be honest with you. And men, it don't cost us much to live, especially me who have grown ass kids. Trust me. Now you have to decide what you're going to do with the resources that you have without anybody trying to extract it from you. It becomes extremely enjoyable, to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean I don't want more. Send the Cash App and the super chat so we can keep the entertainment going. Because now my channel has just become entertainment. It's the first of the month for you too, Dan. See, Dan is retired military brother. You know what I mean? Like, he understands. When you get 100% of your resources come to you, you have a hell of a lot of freedom, man. You don't have to share nothing. You don't have to, you just get 100%. Like, women are expensive. Women are expensive, man. Women cost money. Women are expensive. I don't care if they got their own money or not. It costs money. He said, yeah, that's correct. That's why, yeah, exactly. That's why I keep a close circle of friends, not acquaintances. That's, yeah, when you get older, like the worst thing you can do is not be yourself around older, mature-minded people. They will smell your inner fraud, and they will like I always tell people, like, when I used to work the job, this one dude was downtown in a particular city in America, and I was walking around this police uniform. This crackhead looked me in the eye, and he said something straight to me. Look, man, you can lock me up if you want to. This crackhead looked me in the eye, and he said, I'm going to smoke crack. It don't matter what you do to me. When I get out of jail, I'm going to go back to smoking crack. Right now, I'm about to buy crack. And he looked me straight in the eye and said it to me. And I said, and I looked at him and I say, look, it is what it is. That was an honest individual. I don't approve of his lifestyle, but he's not living no lie. He is what he is. You know, and even now, you look at the 304s. The 304s have become the most honest women. The bar girls, the hookers, the strippers. Because I'm seeing women out here now with the fake Christianity and covert feminists. They trying to religious them way into a marriage when they nothing more than a retired 304. Like, it's scammery going on nowadays. Or one of these modern women that are having hardships, marrying some guy just for money. It's like the whores are the most honest nowadays. At least you know what you're looking at. This girl works at a bar. This girl works as a stripper. She sells pleasure to men. You know what you're looking at. But the other women now, like, they're pretending like, oh, 100% provider man. Jesus has forgiven me for my sins. I am reborn again. I'm virtuous. At least, and a lot of people having mental illness problems. They be hiding it. Oh, I gotta stay sane for about 2 months. That's why you have this epidemic right here. And Dan, you know what I'm talking about. There's dudes that are suffering from PNC depression. Because when you discover who she is, it can be a downward spiral. How many dudes have done this? And I'm a 50-year-old guy. I've had PNC depression many times, especially when you thought you've gotten a winner. And you roll snake eyes. When you roll them dice, 3 months into the relationship, she couldn't restrain the crazy anymore. Or 2 months into the relationship, and you discover that she's batshit crazy. Or worse, it's the old women who lead with their sexy. That is the worst. Like, that worst. The worst is the old women that talk like they're 25 years old. And they're leveraging that box. The old women that leverage old box have got to be the most brutal. She 45, telling you, well, you got to be a provider, man, and you got to do this for me and do that for me. But what have you been doing for the last 23 years? Why don't you have money or resources or anything to offer? And you deal with these women, they're like, well, I've been in the church and I've found Jesus and I am, the next man is going to be my husband. The most disrespectful thing an old broad can say is the next man is going to be my husband. Well, what happened to all the dudes before? What are you going to give this next dude that you haven't given up already? It's disrespectful. So you're telling this new dude he has to pay MSRP, which is marriage, and the other dude's got to ride for free. It's the most disrespectful thing a woman can tell a man. The next man's going to be my husband. And I guess Jesus has cleansed her of all that heavy pounding. It's disrespectful. It's really disrespectful because she's really calling you a sin. Hey, guys, hit the like button. 15 likes, 29 in the chat. The show will continue. Hit the like button. He said, yeah, I never had access to their money. Exactly. Yep. Hit the like button. Let this show continue, guys. We're going to get back into the content. Let me share screens. But we got 15 likes, 28 watching. Get the likes up. Likes are free. Support the channel if you wish. So get back to my brother. One Deep 215. I got that brother's been making some good content lately. Hit the like button. Let's continue on. Salute to my brother.
Yo, it's your boy One Deep 215 back with another video. Today we going to talk about these dudes out here, right? Because it's something going around like who's winning? Is the married men winning? Is the men in relationships, just regular everyday relationships winning? Or is the single men, are they the big winners in all this? Well, if I had to keep it real, I believe single men are winning right now. And here's why. Single men are winning just because of the peace aspect on its own. The peace that single men are getting right now trumps any other thing that I might regurgitate in this video, believe it or not. We all know as men, peace is a thing. People shun it. Women shun it. Women, laugh upon it. But it's a thing to us real men. If you know, you know. So in these times that we living in now, peace is like the goal, because this world is so hard as it is, whether it's financially, whether it's just dealing with difficult things that you got to deal with, being a regular, everyday, common man, working man, blue collar, whatever you want to call it. Crime is at an all-time high. So when you can have peace, whether you with somebody or not, if you're not with nobody, you definitely, you're going to get peace no matter what. So I got to put that at the forefront. These single men are living peaceful lives. Now, if they got other loose strings hanging around or bad juju floating around them, that's neither here nor there. Obviously, that's not going to bring you peace. But the men that, keep their peace bottled in, and they keep themselves locked tight, sealed, and they carry themselves right, they're going to have peace no matter what. These men that's married and in relationships, I'm not going to say they don't have peace. It's all about the person you're with. Obviously, this don't go to every single relationship. Above we being transparent and real, if you're with nobody, you make your own peace. Nobody can take peace from you because you're your own entity. You're not with anybody. So there's no, oh man, I got to worry about what type of day she having. Is she going to be the good version of herself or the bad version of herself? Is she going through her menstrual? Is she going, and don't get me wrong, a lot of these things is natural. I'm not saying a woman having a menstrual cycle is the end all be all. Before y'all start hitting, that's a natural thing. We can't help. I get it. But I'm just stating facts, and I'm being as clear as I can be. You get different versions of women. We all know that. They are very emotional. So one day, we don't expect women to walk around smiling all the time and happy-go-lucky. But women do go through. It's almost like they got a roller coaster of emotion. They could be happy one day, and the next day you don't even recognize them. You like, oh man, what happened that quick? So a lot of single men is winning on that aspect alone because their mental health is in order on that landscape at least, because they don't have to deal with a bunch of personalities. They don't.
He's absolutely correct. And before we move on, brothers, make sure you subscribe to my new channel, Life, Life on Your Terms. I put the link right in the description box. I created a new channel because we want to get more into lifestyle content, you living life as a man on your own terms, where I will add travel content, and more so, really, what I want to get to a lot of the brothers who travel or who just live life here in America or overseas, whatever is this. One of the things I stress about travel is travel, enjoy your life, and develop social networks. If you travel somewhere and you go for women, you'll never meet quality people. Like I travel over to Thailand. The first meetup I had was with Dan Sparks. Dan Sparks lives in Bangkok. He introduced me to people that can get things done. People in the business community, networks, friendships, how to get suits, how to get garments, how to get connection. If you have problems, this is who you talk to. So I developed a social network in a place like Thailand. So when I go back to Thailand and places like that, I go into an established social network of people that I've met. I don't go to the bar scene or the tourist scene because I have established a network of people, and good people introduce you to good people. Focus on your social network. You know, whatever you do to quench your thirst on the side as a man, that's your business. But the social network is more important. Focus on also having purpose, hobbies, whether it be the gym, working out. Some guys get into golf. There's a whole bunch of things to get involved in. He said, hurry back, bro. My visa is almost in the final stage of approval. So my retirement visa is on the final stage of approval. It should be done pretty soon. And as soon as my retirement visa has been approved, I will be packing up and shipping out. And you'll see me more on my channel. Life on Your Terms is when I'll be making content. And I will add the ladies to the content. You guys seem to, the channel here is mainly about focusing on men's mental health, men's self-esteem more than anything else. The other channel, I will add ladies to it. Because somehow people think we're some kind of incels or something like that. You know what I mean? Like me and guys like successful brothers like my brother Dan Sparks out here, brothers with grown-ass kids, married, relationships, divorce. Somehow we're just, whoa, these guys are a bunch of loser incels. Yeah. 50-year-old retired guy is a loser. Congratulations. It's crazy, right? Well, it's all good. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles. When you're not a disposable tampon for other people's lives, it comes with a whole lot of shame. If you don't live your life as a disposable tampon to be your ration, people are not going to like you. So subscribe to my channel, Life on Your Terms, so we can get some travel content going. I put up some of my videos from my experiences in my travels. I will add more videos, but we got to get some people over on that side, because sometimes I get tired of talking about this dating and relationship stuff, because at the end of the day, this is my philosophy overall. You can't do a damn thing with these women. Let these wild horses run free. That's really my philosophy about most of these modern women. But I make content, because you're going to end up like this anyhow. So you might as well focus on positive things. And that's why I started my new channel. So, because there's nothing you can do about this shit. You know, I am indifferent. I'm indifferent. But I will defend the brothers. If I see somebody putting false narratives about the brothers or acting like dudes or these ticking time bombs or whatever else, I'm going to say something. Especially when they put out false statistics about black men. That irritates me. When we have the Pew Research, we have black demographics, we have all these census out here because they want to keep men down and under their control to extract resources from them. That's what it comes down to, is resources. They want men for free. They want a man welfare program, a DEI program, where they get hired into relationships without being worthy. And that's an absolute no-no. Relationships is not DEI. You got to be worthy of something to be in a relationship with a man of substance. And, you know, we're not handing that out. Absolutely. Let me add it back to the stage. Salute to my brother. Let's continue on.
And they live in peacefully. They at their own pace. A lot of these men is living at their own pace because they're single. They're not worried about, oh, what's she doing? Do she want to go? Is she going to ask me to go? And these might be nitpicky things because we all men at the end of the day. And when you're in a relationship, things of that nature is going to come up. But we know it could be very tedious. It could be very overzealous. It could be very stressful. So I'm not saying all these things in a vacuum is a reason why men want to be single. It's not that simple. It's not. It's a lot of things why a lot of men are single. So let's not like overanalyze every little thing I say. But my men know. My men know. These men are, the single men are at their own pace. They're just doing them. They coming and going as they please. They ain't worried about it. Another thing, I had to go there, but another reason why a lot of single men are winning right now is because they don't have to worry about the infidelity. Now, cheating, infidelity could be on both spectrums. Women have to worry about men as well. Women have to worry about men being cheaters. I'm not saying only men have to worry, but right now is at an all-time high with these women. I think we all can agree with that. Women are cheating at a higher clip than they ever did. They just are. People want to sit there and psychoanalyze that. Like, no, it's not really that. It just seemed that way. It is a fact that women are cheating more now. So my single men don't have to worry about that. They're not sitting there worried about, man, I hope this chick's staying real. You know, I hope she on her jaw. I hope she on the up and up. They're not worried about that because they don't have nobody to worry about that about, if that makes sense.
Well, it's not just the cheating. It's the investment. Like when you're in a relationship, a marriage or whatever, like you have sweat equity invested. Cars, house, bills, payments, accounts, investments that you'll bust your ass to invest in a lifestyle for this woman. So then that woman cheats on you, you see all of your ass sweating 16-hour shift, blood, sweat, tear equity being betrayed. That's why when guys in a relationship and a woman cheats, it's devastating to a man because you've invested sweat equity into that bullshit. The woman just, you know, she's like, oh, you don't some feeling shit. Well, he aroused me and I did what I did. I felt. But you have busted your ass to create a lifestyle. So it really is painful because men put tremendous amounts of sweat equity into a relationship. Literally, it takes a lot of work to create a lifestyle, to buy houses and cars and investments and lifestyle. It's a sacrifice. So that's going to hit that guy with a serious blow because he's put, you know, he's a good man, a hardworking man, an honorable man. He's really dedicated a lot of sacrifices for a man to give over his monogamy to a woman. It comes at a price. Women just ask to like, oh, you know what, you know, me and you are together, you know, whatever. But a man has to put up some serious You know, Mr. Stu 97. Salute to you, my brother. Welcome to the channel, brother Will. Welcome. Let's continue on.
We got a phrase as men, and y'all know, I'm sure y'all know it. And we say it whether we in relationships or not, but for the most part, when we're not in relationships, because it holds more value. And that is, I'd rather be the guy you cheat with and not the guy you cheat on.
Fact.
And that is so true. That is so true. Because what happens is, a lot of these women, they cheat, they just outright, women are liars for the most part. So would you put a liar beyond being a cheater? No. So if a woman could lie, she could cheat. If a woman could cheat, she could lie. And so on and so forth. So men are sitting back seeing this because we see it. We see the married women, the women in these long relationships, or just in relationships as a whole, could know the guy and everything, and not know the guy, but seen the guy and everything. And these women gravitate towards us. Why you think that we know women are cheating at an all-time high? Why? Because we are the beneficiaries of it. I said this in another video. Women that we know.
And the worst part about the cheating is that if a woman cheats in a relationship, it's always the guy's fault. Either he wasn't slinging it the right way, he wasn't providing resources the right way. They're going to call him a simp. They're going to call him all kinds of names. Look at Tyrese. When his wife left him, people call him all kinds of simp. Look at Joe Smith when he got into a relationship with a 304. It don't matter what. The court of public opinion automatically assumes that it's a man's fault. We see the things with David Gergens. This dude is sacrificing over $1 million plus in assets to give to his baby mama and his ex, and they still call the guy a deadbeat. So what the guys got to realize is before relationships end, there's a coalition formed against you. The new guy that's going to be pounding her out, simps, men waiting in the orbit, the sisterhood of women. They all want to, because they hate men. So they won't want to tear you down and destroy you. They never act alone. Women act as a pack in attacking and destroying a man. So regardless of any situation, when the relationship ends, the first thing you need to get into is self-preservation, self-protection mode, risk mitigation, protecting your resources and your asset, and skedaddling. That's what you got to do. You got to okay, we understand that there's an army out front. How are we going to get away from this shit? Because you're going to be fighting against an army of individuals trying to destroy you. From the court of public opinions, everything, no matter what. You were either a loser, abuser, inadequate, or whatever else. That's the story that's going to be told about you when the relationship ends. You talk about character assassination. I've met some dudes, I've heard women talk about some dudes, and the way they talk about him, he was the most disgusting, degenerate person on the planet. Then I meet and talk to the guy and hear his side of the story. And the dude was squared. He was like, yo, well, this dude is pretty cool. Because they've assassinated his character. That's what they do to men. Destroy their character. So before you get out of the relationship with divorce or you break up with somebody, trust me, the court of public opinion, the coalition has destroyed you. You know, he said you can't win except not to play. True. Or unless you get to the point where you have an exit strategy. Either way, you're going to get cooked.
In full-blown relationships or full-blown married, they flirt with us. And it ain't just flirting, because people will say, well, flirting is flirting. Everybody's a flirt a little bit. There's always an excuse. But we talk about beyond flirting. We talk about hooking up.
Yeah, but it's a difference. It's a difference. Men have almost 20 times more testosterone than a woman. A woman has unlimited access to sex just by the nature of being a woman. A man can flirt all he wants. Unless he's that dude, flirting don't mean nothing. Women don't just be giving up box because you flirt with them. But a woman flirting with a man, oh yeah, she gonna get what she want. In terms of sausage, yes. If she looks good, has a nice body. So flirting is not equal, just like men and women are not equal or the same. So actions of women carry more weight, especially in this era of social media, where women have all this access to men. All they have to say is yes, and there's a line outside the door with dudes ready to pound. Men can say yeah all day long. Ain't nothing coming to his location unless he's gay. And that's all. Hey, you can flirt all day long and whatever else. Optionality is not now. If you some other country somewhere where you surrounded by a whole bunch of options and you want to flirt, then then the optionality. But here in the West, you can flirt all day long. But women, when they flirt, oh yeah, even a guy that's not really that attracted to him, you catch him on a late Friday night, getting close to midnight, and he wants to get one off before the morning. He will, yeah. I mean, he may experiencing this after he's done, but he may he may experience this shit. But for that moment, he's going to pound her out. Let's continue on.
Stuff up, wanting to meet here. Let's go to this telly. I think this place we could meet at. Meet me in this parking lot behind this store. We know it. We know all the things. So it's like, stop it. Stop with the, oh no, it's just women are just more confident. They make excuses for their lies and they deceit. So single men is winning on that aspect because it's like, hence the phrase, I'd rather be the man you cheat with than the man that you cheat on. Speaks so much truth because it is a real thing. These single men ain't worried about that. Now, should single men be out here messing with married women and women that's in these relationships? No, I don't really condone that. But at the end of the day, I gotta call a spade a spade. They still winning. They not worried about these things that a lot of married men and guys in these relationships, these long-term relationships, or just relationships in general, are worried about. They have their solace and their mental health intact. When it come on that aspect, I'm sure it could be other things. It could be other things that's in their life that they going through, trials, tribulations, financial problems. All those things come because life is life. But we talk about in the relationship point of view. They're not going through the ringer like a lot of men. And this ain't all men. I know men that's in good relationships. They woman holding them down and he holding her down. They women not giving them a whole bunch of nagging and complaining. That's another thing. These men ain't having to hear all the nagging and the complaints and the drama that comes with being in a relationship. It just does. It just does. When you in a relationship, for the most part, with certain women, depending on how you carry it as a man and what you going for and what you're willing to deal with, these women are bringing drama. And it might not be physical harm or physical drama, but it's usually some stuff that you don't have nothing to do with, that you don't know nothing about, and you like, huh? Now I gotta hear this shit. Now I gotta, and that's not the end all be all, but it's something. Some men don't want to hear none of that. Some men don't want to deal with none of that. So it's like, these single men out here is living their best life. They chilling. Now, people going to misconstrue what I'm saying with, because single men get to be whores, that's why they women? No. That's why they winning, because they get to run around and be pimps and all that? No, we're not talking about that. Because at the end of the day, we gentlemen. I preach being a gentleman and being the best version of yourself. Not a gigolo, not a pimp, not a whore, none of them things. So that's not it. But when people hear things like that coming from a man, they think, yeah, because all men want to have their cake and eat it too, so they rather not be with it. It ain't that simple. Because at the end of the day, if you put truth serum in a bunch of men, they would rather be with somebody. They like if you put truth serum in us, and I say 80, 90% of men want to be with somebody and want to form a union and be with that one person. But it's like the pickings is slim. So they falling back. They like, this is what I got to choose from. Yeah, look nice aesthetically, but I see how they carry it. I see how entitled this woman is acting. I see how she thinks her stuff don't stay. I see how she thinks she's the end all be all. And it's all about this superficial materialistic stuff. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with that. Women swear it's all about looks, and it's not. And they slowly seeing that because a lot of men ain't going for it. They just not. So you think on that aspect, and yeah. Also, a lot of men that's single right now, they went in just based behind the fact that they have that it's like a mental block to the nonsense. When you're in a relationship, you kind of used to like taking things on. And us as men, we thrive off that. We're builders for one, and we problem solvers. We are. It's just in us. Don't matter what type of walk of life you're from, what age, race, background. We are builders and we fix things. We fix problems a lot of times. But
So salute to this brother. I mean, he has good wisdom. You know, I have to stop sometime, but right now it's like I might as well just let him cook because, you know, like I said, I have to stop because I'm doing a reaction video. Good content. Make sure you got me. Let me go ahead and give him his props. You know, I don't want to be one deep, 215. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Check out his content. He gives honest, balanced, fair content. He seems like a working class, honorable brother who's making good content. Obviously, Dan, you will understand. He's from the 215, obviously he's from the Philadelphia area. Go check out this brother's channel. Again, great content, good information. Let's let him finish what he's talking about.
when you single, it's like you got more of a stoic glow to you. You know, a lot of women can tell when you're in a relationship just by how you carry yourself. Not saying you carry yourself sloppy or nasty or whatever, but just like we say women got a look to them. You can tell when a woman with somebody. You could definitely tell when a man is in. You could damn near count off the years. Like he looked like he been with somebody. He probably been with somebody for about 8 years. I see it. He got that look in his eye. Or he looked like he been in a 6-year relationship or 2 years or what have you. Single men have a different glow about them. It's like, it's an essence, it's an allure, it's whatever you want to call it. So they went in on that aspect. It ain't even about looking like GQ or having a chiseled body. It's something about the glow. It's something about the glow. So they winning. They're winning, and they're the ones that's, you know, certain men do have nice relationships. Them and they women gotta understand. So this ain't to shun anybody that's in a relationship. Because I know a lot of my subs are in current relationships. They're not all single. Let's keep it a buck.
Like Larry Stone TV, you made a valid point. He said the real problem is the hype about romantic love and how women are overhyped beyond proportion of humanity. I totally agree. When you get to a certain age or maturity level, it's about 1, respect, 2, performance. Respect and performance to me is an example. Show me the example of your love, because love is totally. Love happens after all that romance bullshit. Love is this extremely unselfish, like literally wanting the best for people at your own sacrifice. Like literally, like, okay, you know what? This is what's best for you, even if it doesn't benefit me. So performance is really important, because don't tell me you love me when the example of your love is disrespect and misery. You keep that, you're going to kick rocks with that love. And that's the problem is this. You know, they say in fair exchange, there's no robbery, but there's no love without performance. It's just nonsense. Because when you think about how you love the people in your life, There's a burden of performance. There's an expectation of performance, of respect, of loyalty, of whatever, sacrifice. So that romantic love shit is for people that live in fairy tales. That's why you see these women in a relationship. Oh, I love you. I'm not in love with you. Get kick rocks. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're only in love with your emotions. Love is performative. You have to do things. It's why love is expensive in terms of the emotional, psychological, physical, mental sacrifices that comes with it. And they love. Yeah, whatever. Show me the receipts for love. I'll believe you.
So I'm not shunning y'all by saying since you're in a relationship, you're nothing. We're not doing it. But what we are doing is being real and we being transparent. And who's winning right now? The single men. They just are. They don't have to deal with the pressure and the BS of dealing with a modern woman. They don't. It could be a lot of pressure. And I'm sure women, my woman subscribers going to say that's sassy. Let's call it pressure being with a woman. It is. When you're dealing with a woman, there is a amount of pressure. It's all about how much pressure you can deal with. And being with a man, vice versa, is something.
Yeah, but it's pressure being with a modern feminist woman. And I tell you why. Because a modern feminist woman is parasitic. She thinks she's here and the man is here. She wants the man to serve her. Being with a woman that's feminine and that has all of the traditional assets of women of the past is inspirational. She's a feminine inspiration. A truly feminine woman, submissive feminine woman, will boost the shit out of a man. You talk about the right man, that dude will be performing like crazy. But if he's in a relationship with a parasitic hyena, that's going to just, you talk about a dude that just goes through the motions, because she's not pouring into him. She's a vampire. She's extracting energy from his soul, disrespecting him, emasculating him, treating sex like it's a transactional, breadcrumbing him, fighting him for power, as opposed to a woman that's truly feminine and understands how to pour into a man. That dude is purring like a well-toned, well-managed V8 engine. That dude's like that dude is like shit. He's walking around like, Rrr. You can always tell the married guys who was a woman's choice, and that woman enjoys having sex with him. She's probably chasing him for sex, and she shows him respect. That dude walks with pep in his step like this. Then you can see a married slave. That dude's like, I got to work these 16 hours for this bitch, man. He ain't getting no box. He's getting disrespected. He's getting treated like a slave. Everything is a negotiation. She's changing up on him every day. The hyena kingdom is in his house. The court of public opinion is in his house. Emasculated, the depths of 1,000 needle pokes, versus a dude whose woman is like one of those soldiers. Who's the guy? One of these rappers that have the chick that's like that, a soldier. Gucci Man. Gucci Man's woman is a soldier. That dude's like, what the hell? You have a woman like that on your team, there's no heights in this world you can't reach. That chick he left for like $1 million, went to jail. And she took that money and multiplied that money. And now that dude's with a soldier. You can't find them women like, you better keep them damn women. I ain't no big marriage supporter, but if you grab a woman like that, that's a 5% woman, you better snatch her up. A soldier like that? Shit, man. But the type of women that we see nowadays are parasites. They want to suck the energy out of a man and give no reciprocation. And that's what you try to avoid. You know, sometimes you got to pretend like they've defeated you just so they go away in peace. You got to be like, oh, babe, you wounds me. You break my heart. I am but a shadow of myself as a man. After you leave me, my life will be over. I will not be in a deep state of depression. She'd be like, yeah, I showed him that. I showed him good. When she go run off now, then you be like this. You head to the gym and do your self-development in quiet. Let her feel like she's won. Let her go to the sisterhood and be like, yeah, we broke that one, didn't we? We broke his spirit. Look at him. A peaceful life is down bad. You know? Even some dudes, man, you gotta like, dudes that have ex-wives and shit like that, you gotta get yourself on. Now, I'm not saying you should do that. Maybe borrow an old rusty car and pull up to the house and shit with the old rusty car smoking. Keep the Mercedes-Benz in the garage and shit. And she look at you like, he down bad. Since he ain't with me, he down bad. And they be like, here, take your kid. Get out of here, you loser. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Don't post nothing on so like dudes get out of a relationship. I tell them, man, take a low profile for a while. You know, you show up at the ex's house and shit, you be like this. Life is just beating you down and shit. You can have a fine ass woman waiting for you at the end of the day. You gotta hide your winnings for a little while. Keep the payments down. And all her friends be like, "Lo, I seen that dude. He's down bad. Look at him. Ain't no point in taking him back to court no more. We've broken his spirit." You know what I mean? Go around to the park and get a whole shovel some dust and throw it on your car and shit. Like you just shovel some dirt and throw it on your car. Shh. Look at this car. It's dirty. Get some old dirty sneakers out the back and wear them dirty sneakers and shit. People like, "Nah, I'm just joking, guys. I'm just kidding." You know what I mean? Like she look, "Oh, he's down bad. There's no need to torture him anymore. Why you stacking your money and shit?" You know what I mean? Win in silence. Nowadays, when you win, you got to win in silence, man. You got to be like, you know, I'm 50. You know, they're done suing guys like me and shit. You know, like I'm like gone now. It's not even the kids are already adults and everybody's grown up now. They can't sue me no more for no nonsense. I'm already finished. But you know, when you in that process, you got to look. You know, you got to play the game. You know what I mean? Because them exes be watching. Them ex be watching your ass. They're watching you and shit like hawks. Yeah, exactly. You say Larry Stone TV work. As a man, we're groomed to be sacrificial beasts of burden. I'm not afraid to be selfish and put myself first. I'm not afraid to be a villain. A woman will never come first, but she can always be next. Exactly. You got to be like unapologetically masculine nowadays. Like you see those women that be going to Jamaica and they be going to Gambia and giving those Gambia bumpsters and stuff. Like my old lady be on the beach getting slayed by dudes named Quentin and shit. Jamaican dudes, ripped abs, walking down the beach with some old white lady or some fat, overweight black woman. Them women don't care what you think about them. They gonna hang out with Rastaman and Quentin and all them other dudes on the beach. You don't see no videos shaming women out there, the Gambia bumpsters. Women just live their life, man. They don't listen. They don't be listening to this bullshit that men be talking about. Let's continue.
Pressure. This ain't all one-sided. I'm just keeping it real. That whole happy wife, happy life crap, because it's crap. Let me tell y'all something. That happy wife, happy life stuff is BS. You move how you move. You got a program. If she ain't with it, then you know she ain't for you. Now, if you making these crazy barbarian demands, and like you just a person that's hard to please. You're the problem. Let me be real, because some men that's just obviously hard to deal with. There's no such thing as that. But if you know you're logical, you're rational, and you like, I'm just on the surface, I'm just asking for things that should just come just because of the type of man I am. Then all that happy wife where you gotta walk on eggshells and jump through hoops, it ain't worth it, bro. Happy wife, happy life is a slogan that our fathers told us where they failed us. They failed us on that because ain't no happy wife, happy life. You dish what you put out. You obviously don't want nobody doing something to you that you don't want done to them or whatever the case may be. So it's like, if you on the up and up and you just having you giving your woman sound instruction, there's no reason for you to have to walk on eggshells and jump through hoops for a woman to be happy. I'm sorry, and I'll get into that in another video, but I ain't even going to expound on that because I can write a book on that. It don't work like that. And I'm not acting like I know women through and through, but I know women pretty well. You don't have to do all that for a woman to be happy. Is you going to go through ups and downs? Yes.
Look, happiness is a personal responsibility. Don't get with women that are not already happy in their life or at peace in their life. I'm happy because I'm happy. I'm not happy because no woman is making me happy or because a relationship will make me happy. I'm a single guy and I'm at peace as a single guy. I spend a lot of time on my own self-development, my own self-improvement. If you meet a woman that focuses on that is centered, and she's doing the things that she needs to do to make herself productive and happy in this world, she's not thinking about no parasiting off of somebody to make herself happy. She's gonna make herself. She's gonna be happy already. That's an individual responsibility. Anybody who gets into a relationship looking for somebody to extract happiness from another human being is a parasite. That's a parasite. You don't want to be in a relationship with a parasite. That's some Western bullshit, whatever they create. Usually women are like, this is the problem with relationships, is that everybody tries to get too much from one person, from one relationship. Men are supposed to be with their village people, the men hunting and the men farming and whatever. The women are supposed to be with the Omas and the women out there in the fields doing whatever the hell they do as women. You come together later on that evening as a family. Men are supposed to be extracting each other's energy all day long, sitting around. That's the problem with the modern world. Men are supposed to have relationships with men where they go out and hunt and fish and work and purpose and hobbies and all this other shit. Not sitting around in women's faces all day long. And women are not supposed to be sitting around on their ass watching reruns of Housewives and whatever else. There's work to be done. The rice needs to be picked. The animals need to be checked on. That's the problem. We're trying to extract too much from people. And then that's why people are so unhappy. People are just not busy enough. And usually those older women gave the younger women guidance. But now these older women out here trying to push this old box out here onto the market. They're competing with the 23-year-old version of themselves. I mean, like, yo, I've seen some things that they've brought back from the dead. You're talking about makeup, fake up, sorcery. They're bringing back. These old women are getting these BBLs and they're leading with their sexy instead of with their lasagna. Forget about outflanking these women with your squared away house and your full refrigerator and your clean environment and that delicious. Usually, I mean, these women now, you say, can you make some salmon cakes from scratch? Some salmon cakes, some grits and some eggs? They be like, what are you talking about? They don't know how to do anything. They think that old box is the solution. Look at the Vivica K. Fox or the Lisa Rays and all these women out here. They're still leading with old used box. They think that that's going to attract a man their age. They got Halle Berry taking pictures with herself with some old simp with KY with lube, superhuman lube in the bed. Really? Like that, no, that's just not where it's at. It's just not where it's at. I'm sorry. It's old women leading with old boxes. It's disturbing. Like, even at my age, a 50-year-old guy, like I can't rock out, roll. That's like an old dude like me wearing tight ass clothes that these young bucks be wearing. Like, why is your pants so tight, old man? That's what it's like when an old woman leads with her sexy. It's like, come on, man. Patrice O'Neal said it a while back. If you're gonna give me these old stale Cracker Jacks, like don't taunt me with it. Throw it on the ground. I'll just pick it up off the ground. You know, like, and that's what's like killing these, they're destroying these old women in these relationships. Like they try to come out here like, oh, look at me, how sexy I am. Man, get out of here. The advantage you have over these young women is you can make that salmon, those salmon cakes and that grits. Your lasagna is on point. Your meatloaf is banging, and your house is squared away clean. And hopefully, there's no medication in your bathroom medicine cabinet. You're supposed to try and outflank these young women, not try to out sexy them with these. Never mind. Whole nother problem. That's why they be single forever. But let me get this, brother. Let's go. Let's talk about. Let's entertain ourselves. Let me show you how women just live life. And guys need to learn from these women because they're incredibly selfish and self-preservative. Let's talk. They don't talk enough about what these women do. These Gambia bumpsters, women, they say men go overseas, right? They talk about these. I'm not a passport, but they talk about passport bros and other guys that go overseas and get these women, whatever. What we don't talk about is how women live life on their own terms, and they don't give a damn what you all think about them. Salute to the women. I got no criticism for them. I just wish men would grow some balls. Yeah. Exactly. That's disturbing, man. Like, oh, come on, Holly. Stop it. Stop it, Holly. Like, it makes me cry. Like, Holly, stop. Stop talking about it, Holly. Or you see Lisa Ray or Vivica Fox. I'm like, damn, everything has an expiration date. You know, that's like eating some old 3-year-old oatmeal or some shit. Like sometime I travel out the country. I was out for a while. I was out the country for a while. I came back in March, and I had to look at the expiration date on all of my canned goods and my oatmeal and all that other stuff. I'm like, oh, I can't. Yeah, man, this oatmeal is old. Can't do that shit, man. When you're an older woman, you gotta move different, man. It's like I say, when you see older men and they're wearing these tight ass clothes and they're trying so hard to be a young man, like, yo, you're supposed to be a distinguished gentleman. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell are you doing, man? But let's move on, gentlemen. Let's talk about these Gambian bumpsters. See, women know how to live. I got no criticism for these women. They're living life on their own terms. Salute to them. Let's continue on, gentlemen. Fair use. Oh, man, I'm sorry, but I had to go back. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. This brother's getting ready to destroy some old lady. He about to destroy one of these old ladies coming off the plane. I can't do serious content, man. I'm trying to do serious content. I'm sorry, folks. What are you gonna do to them old ladies, man? He gonna get all that Western Union money. He gonna get all that pension. He gonna get all that divorce money. fucking shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? His brothers, it's Gambia bobsters, man. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. Okay. Let me get my bearing together. Get it together. Stay focused. How Omar said, we got to stay focused. Oh, man. Let me just stay focused here. All right, let's continue on, brothers. There goes this V Pro documentary. Okay, there we go. Let's continue on. Boy, these dudes are getting ready to pound some stuff out, man. V Pro documentary. Let me give credit to the Reddit content. I think I could give credit with V Pro documentary. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later, guys. This is the channel for which that's taken. Okay. He's good. Ah, man. Y'all stop, dude. Yo, man, I'm trying. I'm trying, man. Yo, Ash, y'all take it easy. Y'all chill, man. It said, all right, dudes. All right. My eyes are watering now. Y'all chill, man. Y'all chill, dudes. Chill. These dudes training on the beach of Gambia to pound the crap out of these old grannies. They take all their Social Security money, all their pension money's gone. Oh man, they talk about those passport bros. This is diabolical. All right, fair use. V Pro documentary, y'all chill. Okay, I'm gonna hold it together. I'm gonna hold it together. Life is the irony of life, man. Let's continue on, man. Hey guys, hit the like button, support the channel if you want to. V Pro documentary. Let's continue on. These brothers is cold, man. The beach, baby. Let's get into it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right here. So everybody's guilty. So don't let people shame you as a man to think that you're doing something wrong in life. Women live life on their own terms. They don't give a rat's ass what you dudes think about them or how they move. That's why when I see these stupid passport bro men overseas, men who travel, calling them names and all this other stuff, I'm like, you guys are goofy. You crazy. I know what goes on in those islands. I've been down there for a good part of my life. I know what goes on in those islands. So men especially men who get on the shame bandwagon, you're crazy. You have no idea. You have no knowledge of the real world. These women out here enjoying their life. The bullshit. You know what they go for, but these women living their life. You know what I mean? Like they don't care what men think. They don't care what men think. They're living their life. I ain't got nothing negative to say about them. Live your life. Enjoy this. Now, is there any conversation about these women exploiting these men from these so-called third world countries? There's no conversation about the women exploiting these men. Gambia is a third world country. The women go there, they meet the men. I see adults taking part in adult activity. No victim, no crime. In police work, that's what we call no victim, no crime. Each one of them are participating parties in whatever they do. Whether it's a moral conversation or not, that's a whole different story. We're not making a moral determination. We see consenting adults engaging in whatever activity that they deem necessary to achieve their own personal freedoms and happiness. It ain't none of my business. Am I going to shame these women? Hell no. That's their money. I didn't work for that money. I'm not no loser sitting around shaming women for their money that they worked their ass off for. What kind of crap is that? That woman just lived her life and she wants to go somewhere. And if she wants to enjoy her life for what money she's earned in her life or whatever sacrifice, that's her business. You see, I'm not going to create that, reality. And I'm not going to create that problem in life. Like these women can live their life, but nobody's going to shame those women. If I saw somebody shaming these women for enjoying her last Twilight Zone life, experiencing a Gambia bumster, I'm like, yo, leave that lady alone. Leave that old lady alone, man. Let her enjoy her life. Life is short. I don't know how much time she got on this earth. Leave her alone. You know what I mean? Let her enjoy her bumsters. Yeah, this claim right here. Let me see. They have the copyright thing on there. Let me see. Hold on one second. All right. So there we go. I'm going to take that down. There we go. So let's move on. I have to make an adjustment. Make a quick adjustment. But obviously you got that. Let me see what we got here. All right, cool. Okay, there we go. So my stream is still good. There we go. It continues on. But you see women living life on their own terms. And they don't care what people think about them, what men think about them, or what anybody else thinks about them. They just don't, Hold on one second. There we go. Let me add that back. So getting back to the topic at hand. Are single men winning right now is the question in 2025. And it's a very, 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 very deep, difficult, really answer, because we have to consider how society has evolved over time. And I want to make sure you get that video a look. V-Pro documentary. So whenever they start talking about men and men living life on their own terms, you want to consider those factors as well. How there's this mission to control men and to control men's behaviors in order to fuel society for financial purposes, financial gain, and whatever else. Hold on a second. Stand by. There we go. Okay. They just froze my stream temporarily. All right, so we're back in action. Yeah, so that channel has heavy copyright, but make sure you guys check out that video. I'm also going to leave that video in the description. V-Pro documentary. Let me get the history of that, so I'll make sure add the fair use banner in there. So they can get their respects for their content. YouTube is a little tricky. So you got to like make sure you do all the updates. And give all the credit where credit is due for the use of the content. There we go. And add all the fair use information in there. So give them credit for their content so I don't get a copyright strike. Like you sort of removed my thumbnail from my other video. You know, when I really made a video about these guys pocket watching and sausage watching, you know, like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what are you doing? Like you said, like they like to pocket watch and sausage watch men. And it's disturbing. And it's really about men sitting around miserable, unhappy with their lives. I see when women do it. When women shame men and pocket watch men and shame men, call them all kinds of names, incels, broke, loser, desperate, can't get no woman for, like when women shame men, I don't even pay attention. I'm like, oh, that's just normal. But when men come out and they start coming after men who live life on their own terms, that's when I have an issue, because then I see the masculinity crisis. That's when I have an issue. Like, yo, dude, why are you out here shaming men and shit? You know, there's some weird stuff you want right now. And that's a huge problem, you know. And I usually actually go in most of the time. I go in because it don't make any damn sense to me. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyhow, I just wanted to highlight that video from the brother 1D215. Good content. Make sure you guys support his channel. I want to give credit to the brother again. And you guys, here we go. Make sure you subscribe to my new channel, Life on Your Terms, where we're going to get more into that, the travel content, and subscribe to my brother. Oh, that's my channel. Where's the other brother's channel? I use this content. There you go, 1D215. Make sure you subscribe to that brother's channel. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here for today. Peace and blessings to you guys. Appreciate you watching. I'm out.